This is gonna sound kind of weird, but I think because I live in Florida and we don't really experience seasons, like our 2 seasons are hot and rainy. And I think maybe because of that, I like to build these like super themed, super overly seasonal houses in The Sims. It's almost like I'm living vicariously through the game. And I think that's what I'm gonna do today. I kind of want to make a super fall themed build in The Sims 4. But first I want to complain about something because there's a reason that I never build on this particular lot. The lighting's really good. It's beautiful. It's kind of by the water. Like it seems like a very nice area, but then you go to put the bill on the gallery and there's a massive pine tree in half of the shot. Why? This pack came out so long ago. It's literally been almost exactly 7 years since this pack came out and there's still bugs with the gallery uploads. Like how have they not fixed that? But anyway, I'm gonna build something sort of autumnal on this lot and I'm just gonna ignore the gallery part for now. The main inspo here is a couple of different roof textures, specifically like this base game kind of orangey toned one. There's another orange one from For Rent, and there's also some kind of pretty like more reddish versions from that pack. So I don't really know exactly what it's gonna look like, but I'm thinking like some kind of creamy wooden walls and then some really pretty, more colorful roof textures. I was actually looking at this one because it's got kind of an interesting front porch to it. I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of like a rounded part next to the front door. I know what you're thinking. You're like, immediate red flag. Kayla, don't say round. But like, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we had something like that? I've never done that before. And I also don't really know how I would do the roof on this, but I think it's got some potential. So I'm gonna try to see if we can make it work. I'm thinking that if I did this, it would maybe be like 2 of these put together and then like a lower roof piece kind of put in the middle somehow, like that. Oh, that actually worked really well. That went way better than I thought it would. That may cause us some problems with the floor plan because sometimes you get some weird clipping of these rounded roof pieces, but I'm gonna worry about that later. And then I thought I would maybe have something like this in the front. Oh my God, I can't even like zoom out to look at it. I might have to scoot this back on the lot. This may end up not being a good lot to build this on. We might end up moving. I feel like this one is probably better suited for like a cottage. And this is not exactly turning into like a cottage sort of build. Oh my God. Round is a curse. Why would anyone build with round walls? Honestly, they all look weird no matter what they are. I think it has to be white then. I'm honestly thinking something kind of along these lines. I almost kind of wish that it was like a little bit wider, but maybe we could shrink everything. So maybe it becomes something like that. That's a little bit smaller, so maybe it's better. Okay, what do we think about something like that for the majority of the exterior? I don't know. I don't know if it's weird. And I think I would really like it if we could get a window accent color that kind of matches the door. Oh, this floor plan's gonna be really weird. It's a very strange shape. I did actually quite like this orange, but I think that does not work with the color of the windows. But in hindsight, I think maybe this doesn't work with the color of the windows either. Hold on. I think I need to move the lot. I'm not really obsessed with this. Oh, don't crash. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. I was gonna say I didn't save. I haven't saved a single time. I build on this lot all the time, this sporting space lot, because it's attached to the road. This one will probably also not have gallery glitches, but the lighting is unfortunately a little bit worse. Oh, you know what? What if we got like a slightly rounded section on the side? We've got so many round walls on this building, it might be kind of fun to try it. Okay, that's kind of weird vibes. I don't know. Maybe the chimney goes above it or something. No, you know what? That's not that bad. Is that Bob Pancakes? Oh, that's awkward. I don't even have him in my household. I've just got Eliza and he like showed up. He showed up to see us here at the new lot. Okay, well, I've put this kind of off center on purpose because I was thinking it'd be nice to have like a big wide section of fence back here. I'm trying another kind of weird thing. I don't know if this is gonna be a good idea or not. I'm just kind of interested in having like a slight bump out right there. I'm also gonna use this little roof piece just to kind of hide the trim because this thing wraps around a little bit too far. I may end up moving that. It sort of depends what we want the floor plan to be like, but I think that's my initial concept for the floor plan. Oh, it's really, really weird. What do we do with this? Just like windows all the way around it? Maybe this stays white? I don't really know. I guess the other idea is to maybe use a different window and then get like our own little shutters, but I don't know if I like that. Okay, so as far as wallpaper goes, I was kind of picturing kind of like a creamy light brown. Now that I'm actually putting it there, I'm kind of thinking, ooh, I don't know about that, but that was the initial concept. I also think that if we had some columns on the edges, that would really help us. Of course, we can't really put columns on the rounded part because there are no edges. Maybe we want a wider siding. This is the one from Horse Ranch, and it kind of has that same creamy wood color, except it's wider. And then I was picturing a brick foundation, although I don't know, maybe the stone, is that like super weird. I think that actually gives the accent color that we need. So we're gonna wanna match that on the chimney. So that's what it's looking like right now. I wish, here's the thing, now it's like this needs to be brown, but it's actually red. It looks okay in some light, but it's also not the same color. Very tempted with like a brick pathway too, I think. Maybe this should stay white. I think I prefer that. Okay, why isn't that actually white? Like, why is that basically gray? I'm not gonna think about it. Don't worry about it, Kayla, you can't fix it, so just ignore it. I'm kind of feeling like there's not enough of that brown on these bottom windows. So I'm wondering if I should do this, but then like there's not brown trim in the middle of those windows. So does that look weird? That's where I'm just getting a little bit torn. I feel like I'm unsure about how I want to do this. And all the planter boxes don't really look autumnal. There is like this lighter brown color, and that one has the brown interior window. I guess that matches what I've put here, but it doesn't match the roof. It might match. Oh, maybe the base game roof is better in that case. What do you think would happen if we got some like little shingle textures? Because they have these in kind of a creamy color. Oh, you know what? I think that actually makes a huge difference. Just going through and putting this trim piece on the fronts of all of them. Yeah, actually, I kind of love that. I think that's really pretty. We do need to fix the color of these, but that's kind of coming together, right? You can see the vision now. Okay, I think I have officially spent enough time worrying about the outside. We now have to think about the floor plan. We can't put this off any longer. I really don't know how to do this front section, because I think that in real life it's possible that this might be like a full porch sort of thing. I think also my initial reaction is like, oh, maybe I could put the staircase right here kind of by the front door. That does make this into a very weird shaped room, but like maybe that's an office or something, and we can put a rounded archway into it to honor the fact that it's round. Let me just put some filler furniture down so I can kind of show you what I'm thinking. I pictured that maybe that would be the kitchen, and then we'd probably have, oh my gosh, there's a cat. I don't know if you can see her yet. She just appeared out of nowhere. Hello, Snap, how are you? Okay, well anyway, I thought that this could be the dining room, and we do it sort of like that. I guess the major issue with this is that there's not really a clear place to have the living room, because we're gonna wanna have a fireplace, I think. Well, actually, maybe it does go like that. There's not a bathroom downstairs, which is kind of weirding me out. I would definitely prefer it if we had one. I wonder if maybe, oh, hold on. This is kind of weird. If I scoot over the door, a little bit less good from the outside, not as ideal, but then we could have a little tiny half bathroom right here, like just a toilet and a sink could go in that room. This could become like a cards room. We could put a card table in there, or like a games table or something. We have an office, and then upstairs, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Depending on where you put the walls, we're gonna have some big problems. You see, if I put the wall like right there, you see how the roof clips into it? I think I should be able to shrink these and it's still fine. Really? It's that bad? Oh my God. Can you shrink it again? And no, it comes like so far off the roof though if you do that. I guess maybe I can just put something like some sort of furniture right there to block it. What happens if that, oh no. Oh wait, what if it's, okay, hold on. This is very tight. I'm picturing that maybe we get ourselves like 3 bedrooms up here, but the roof clipping is really throwing me off. So I don't want it to clip like that. I wish that it wouldn't do that, but I don't know what to do, because removing the trim I think looks bad on the outside. I think it needs like a little bit of an overhang for it to look okay. Unless like maybe we put something like this up there, because if I do that, I should be able to have a trim like that. I just have to decide what bothers me more, the clipping or the lack of overhang. I'm pretty sure the clipping won't affect gameplay at all. Like usually it's fine. Did you just delete my roof? I wonder if we could get an extra bathroom, because we could have the bedroom, the primary bedroom, be quite small, but we could have like 2 kids' beds in there, a toddler bed in here, primary bedroom, and then we have 1 small bathroom downstairs and 2 bigger bathrooms upstairs. Okay, I think we've got a vision going. I can see it. I can tell what I'm going for. Now that we have the floor plan all figured out, I think now is a good time for us to landscape, because once we have some trees, it's gonna really sell the whole fall thing. I feel like right now we're kind of just saying, oh yeah, it's a fall build, but it doesn't look like a fall build. I wanna make it look like it's a fall build. Okay, I wanna get this. Kind of made a mistake here, but I want to put a little tiny chimney up there, because that way if you light the fireplace, smoke will actually come out of it. The beauty of it being fall in the game is that it makes all of the landscaping a slightly darker green, because it's like slowly starting to die, but these more like muted shades I think look a lot better for what we're trying to do. So actually that works out really well. I'm not sure how aggressively fall I want it to be. Like, I don't know if I should use this thing. That's the main concern. I love this rocking chair. I think it's so cute. I don't know if it's too too much because it's not exactly small, so it takes up a lot of space right there, but I think they can still get through it. And then this is where I may be going a little bit overboard. I want to put pumpkins. I don't think I'm really going for like Halloween build. That's why I don't know if I want to put any of these pumpkins in that are carved. I think I'm more so going for like slightly autumnal. So I'm gonna try not to overdo it with the pumpkins. There is a seasons mailbox that is like, oh, that's Halloween. This is the autumnal one. You see what I mean? I don't know if that's too much, but I kind of want to do it. Okay, here's kind of what I'm starting to layer in with the landscaping. Just a few of those orange bushes and then some like prettier green ones. I think I want to try this decor box and just see what kind of fall looking things they have, because they have like foundation decorations, eve decorations. I don't know if I want to do this or not, but we could try to put like some flags on the spandrels. But then is that silly or is it kind of cute and autumnal? That's what I don't know. For context, I'll show you. I just built a different fall house. This one had like a lot of pumpkins going on. Okay, this was like really autumnal. I might post this soon on YouTube, but it even had like a truck full of hay bales in the back. So I think I'm trying to do like a slightly more toned down version of that. I know I just put patchy down, so like I'm one to talk, but I don't know how much I want it to be. Okay, in the back, I'm gonna try and do some similar landscaping, but not like everywhere, because I want to make sure that we still have space for like planter boxes. I want to have maybe some kids playground equipment back here. I'm looking at my own yard right now and thinking like, okay, that's a long list. That's a long to-do list for a kind of small backyard space. What about swings? Because there are swings from Seasons that come in orange. Ooh, it's like stripey orange though. And then there's these. That might be better. So we could put that kind of right in front of it. I think I might hide the trash cans kind of back here in this little nook. I feel like that makes sense too in real life to kind of tuck them away. It looks like I did cover like basically everything with, is that the same color? Oh, don't tell me they don't have the same swatches. It's the second swatch. Oh my God. All this time we asked them to update the gate so that it matches, and then they give us more swatches and they don't all match. Okay, cool. Forgive me, I'm just a little bit confused as to why they would do that. It might be the same swatch and it's just the lighting is bugged, because I have noticed that even with the white swatch that the lighting looks a little bit weird on it, but like, why? Why is it doing that? Okay, now this would have been a better spot to have this little rocking chair because there's more space for it. I put this thing in that other fall build that I just showed you that I haven't posted yet, and a lot of people in my Twitch chat were like, oh my God, why are you doing that? It's on the mat. So it's like spilling onto the front mat. I didn't really think that through, but I'm gonna do it again. Okay, let's get some planter boxes next. I'm very excited about the thought of having a little garden back here. So we'll put those kind of centered, and then we can always add in a couple little things like maybe a garden hose on the wall. I'm honestly trying not to use too many kits in this video because I feel like I have a bad habit of putting like a million kits in my builds. So I was just about to use this grill and then I was like, no, tone it down, Kayla. We don't have to do like a super limited pack build, but we could definitely try to not use like every kit The Sims 4 has. Putting a hot tub right there is probably a bad idea, right? Because it's too close to the swing set. I guess we could rearrange a little bit. Maybe the swing set gets angled a bit more. You know, I've also been known to do stuff like this where I put the garden planters like behind the fence. Maybe that's a little bit less practical in real life because, you know, things can steal your crops, but maybe it's better for our Sims build. We could also just put the garden planters kind of around on the patio. Okay, I also don't know if lounge chairs are like really the most autumnal thing that a person could have. Hot tub's fine. People go in hot tubs in the winter time, so it's not weird to have a hot tub, but I don't want it to look like a loungy, beachy backyard. Oh, we should get the pumpkin carving thing. Maybe that's our final item, is the little pumpkin carving station. It comes in terrible colors. Look how cute that is though, with the little pumpkins right next to it. Oh, I kind of love this backyard. All right, okay, I'm gonna leave it. I won't do any terrain paint until last because I'm not trying to have it delete itself. All right, let me delete all this weird filler furniture and then we can start thinking about the actual, oops, that's the whole house, my bad. And then we can start thinking about the actual furnishings. I may honestly start with this room because this one's kind of weird and I think that excites me about it. I want to try to use some stuff that I don't normally go for, like maybe these curtains. I just don't know if them being piled on top of each other is weird or not. Here was my initial thought for the wallpaper of this room. And listen, I can admit that it's kind of weird, but I think that's what makes it fun. I might do a little built-in bookshelf next to it. And then I was thinking about that card table and maybe some kind of traditional wooden furniture like this. There's a nice round cats and dogs rug, but it's so small and then sized up, it's too big. So I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, this is so annoying because I want to use a rug so bad, but I just don't know which one will work. I'm thinking I'll use this cats and dogs picture picture on the wall because it's got like the pretty gold accent. It's got some kind of fall colors to it. Oh, I wonder if we did a curtain like this. Okay, this is a kind of strange choice. I've never tried that before, but that does look like your grandma's house, doesn't it? I can see it. I can see it. Okay, here's my thought. I've got a little music player, a mirror, and then like a clock over there. And I think I'm gonna leave the sunroom and just let it be. I'm gonna try and do the kitchen next because the kitchen is one of the ones that I'm most kind of unsure about. So I used like these sort of reddish ones, like this color in the other fall house. I don't want it to be that red. There's also these that are kind of reddish, but I don't think I like the black countertop. I'm kind of tempted by the cottage living ones. The brown swatch has like a yellow accent color to it, which actually, in all honesty, is not that bad. In fact, I think the yellow kind of works because we're gonna want to bring in some more of that color anyway. I honestly just don't really know what kind of appliances to use. There's like kit stuff, there's cottage living stuff. I hate to admit it, but I don't really like the cottage living stuff that much. Specifically, I think because this stove doesn't really come in the kind of swatches that I want it to. But maybe I should just deal with it and try to make it work. Okay, something kind of like that as the kitchen cabinetry, and then we'll add little clutter and decor in there. I think whatever sort of rug we pick for this dining room is gonna be like a deciding factor. You know what? I have never used that rug swatch. It's got a lot of blue, but we can try to like really rely on the orange. Oh, this one's also really pretty. I wonder if that could be good for the office. I'm just going through looking for like every orange rug swatch that I've never used before. I think these two are super different styles, but the colors are good. So I'm wondering if it could still work out nicely as long as there's enough furniture on top of them. I had used this chair in the other autumn build. I keep talking about it, but I haven't even posted it on YouTube yet. I know I keep talking about it. I'll post it soon, I promise. But basically, I don't want to use that chair again because I feel like in my head I've already used that one. I like the vibes of these chairs from Cats and Dogs, but I think generally I'm just looking for something kind of orange. Oh, how about orange and fuzzy? Sorry, that's not even a funny joke. There's also like those are from Paranormal. They're not orange, but also nothing is orange. Even like these rugs, I guess that rug has orange in it. We gotta bring some orange this way. I mean, I guess the dining rug has like no orange in it. I will make sure there's orange in this house, mark my words. I'm gonna start putting pumpkins everywhere. I love the idea of this little fall wreath above the stove. That might catch fire. In real life, that is a fire hazard, and it's definitely a hazard in The Sims too, but just ignore it. It's fine. We'll get the cornucopia there. We have a few things like this little lower cabinet from Seasons. It is kind of tight right there, but I think that we can decorate and make it work. I'm really tempted to use this picture right here again. There are other Seasons decor items. Ooh, do you think putting that with the candles underneath this is a bad idea? Probably. Let's put that on this thing instead. There's even like some kind of cute little fall cards. We could get a little lamp and make that in kind of an orangey color. That is really nice and cluttered. I like that. I think I want to get some sort of orangey tile for behind the kitchen. I really don't know which one. There are some really, this is from a kit, so that might not be the vibes, but there are some like really orangey ones. This has a little bit more blue to it. There's also like this one. I don't know. Is it bad if I use this one from the kit? Because honestly, I really like it. I think that we can make it work too. I'm gonna look in debug again because from Seasons, you can get all of the little kids crafts that they make. So we have these really cute like kids cards and like some little fall garland. And that kind of thing honestly might be a really cute touch in the kitchen. Okay, suddenly it doesn't fit anywhere. I mean, you know what? Maybe the garland's the vibes. We could put this wreath on the door instead. They'll still be able to walk through that because they always do. Trust me, I've done it many times. But we could use the garland in the kitchen with the leaves. I'll just kind of alt place it so it's up high enough. Okay, I don't know if this is bad, but I'm adding extra leaves over here. We've definitely maybe overdone it. I don't know. Do you think this chicken could pass as fall? If it's in orange, possibly. I think I want to try and put this pot and then also like some cookbooks on top of the fridge. I'm trying to be sort of subtle about this because I also want to make sure that you can still use this counter to cook, so I don't want to put anything on it. And here's a little pro tip. If you want to put things on top of the fridge and have them go to the right height, you can put a shelf next to it because the stuff will slot to the shelf and then you can just move it off the shelf and it'll go to the right height automatically. And that's useful because, oh, that's actually good. Sorry. That's useful because when you try and raise things up by pressing 9, it won't be at the same height. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, well, it's very slight, but it's floating like the tiniest bit and you don't always want that. Okay, I think that's the kitchen done. We've got the dining room finished. Oh, I would have loved to have had a piano. Oh my gosh, that's not gonna fit anywhere, is it? Maybe in the office, make it into a music room instead of an office. Okay, so here's the thing. This horse ranch one is a little bit big. It's a little bit dark, but it is the same stone that we have outside. So I think I want to use that just as a nod to the exterior. I'll raise a TV up and put it there. I feel like one of these sofas has to work. Like that one has the red. I do like this leather sofa too. Okay, I put a little tea set on it, and the tea set has mushrooms, very fall. We've got a blanket basket with pumpkins, very fall. I think I might put a grandfather clock right here. I'll use that in the corner, and then we should probably get a thermostat. This is becoming so expensive because I've just put 2 clocks in. This one's $1,200 and this one's $2,400, and I've used them both. Okay, be honest. Is this chair color like so ugly? I think it's a little bit bad. I don't know if I can bring myself to use that. This one's kind of like a reddish orange. It's maybe a little bit brighter than I want. I kind of liked the yellow one better, but I probably shouldn't admit that. Okay, so here's what we've got so far for the living space. And I think that once we get some wallpaper, it's all gonna come together. Please don't hate me, but the vision involves using this like kind of beige wall. I think it brings the colors together nicely. It kind of is the same color as this weird yellowy stuff in the floor. Same as over here. That's the same color? No, you're joking. Is that even possible to fix? I think we have to use just 1 bookshelf. I don't think that we can do it with 2. Oh, this game just breaks my heart sometimes. It makes the strangest choices. All right, I was thinking about this one because surely this has kind of an autumnal swatch as well. Or maybe not. The black cat is autumnal. That works. Okay, I'm currently kind of viewing this room as like a skill building room. So I've got the computer, I'm putting a bonsai tree. I think I'll add a guitar as well. The guitar might be a good thing to put in front of these weird windows because like what else are you gonna put there? Okay, so that's the whole downstairs done. I just did the bathroom real quick too. It's not very fancy because it's very small, so I want to make sure they can still walk through it. I did the other upstairs bathrooms real quick too with just kind of the same stuff in them, and I made sure to include a toddler potty in this one. I think this upstairs hallway is a good place to use the big Seasons painting because they have a giant fall painting in Seasons and it fits pretty well above the stairs. And I don't think we should put anything else up here because you need to be very careful about walking space. I'm gonna get a trash can down here too before I forget. Okay, now we can start thinking about bedrooms. This is the fun part. I always use this wallpaper in kids' bedrooms, so I don't think I should use this one just because I have such a bad habit of like always doing it. But I wonder if this light yellow could work as the toddler's wallpaper, and we can do some kind of bright yellow curtains too. We've got a lot of red and orange, but not as much yellow in this house. I'm like pulling out necessities, like all of these things. As far as the bed goes, I don't really like any of them. I don't know which one to use. Maybe this one with the green. Oh, I wonder if this rug would work in here. That's kind of, it's kind of like bland. I don't know. I'm gonna try and scoot this back as far as it can go. I can't really tell if this is bland or if it's cool. Oh, look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, that's actually so good. Let's put that with the little dogs above the toddler bed. In toddler rooms, I usually like to try and have some sort of poof or like a little chair or something because I usually feed the toddlers in their room, and it's very annoying to me when they try and walk all the way downstairs to find a chair because I want them to just stay in here. So I usually try to give them a place to sit. Oh, you know what? That's actually kind of cute. That worked out a lot better than I thought it would. I was worried about that room. I'll be honest, I did just film that last clip like 3 hours ago. I kind of had to run to go to a suit fitting appointment with Dan for the wedding, and then we got lunch, and now I have returned back home and we can finish the rest of the build. For you, it was seconds ago. For me, it was a while ago, so I'm just gonna re-get my bearings real quick, and it looks like we only have 2 rooms left to furnish. And I remember that I was trying to pick a rug for the kids' bedroom, and I was gonna base everything else around the color that I chose for the rug. I'm actually kind of wondering about this one as the kids' rug, or maybe we can make that work in the primary bedroom, because that's kind of fun. That's kind of a cute color scheme. I may cheat some money too, so we have a little bit extra. Does this come in like a darker green color? No, I don't like that one. I don't like that at all. And that's like too red. Okay, never mind on that bed. Maybe this one? Oh, that one has green, but it might be too patterned because I don't think I want to have the triangles and the squares, but that's probably the best option so far, so I'll save it. Ooh, you know what? That's not green, but we could do green on the walls. It could be kind of a green, maybe like, oh, that's too light, sorry. Maybe like this green though. I'm looking at that and I'm not really feeling confident. I'm not obsessed. There are a couple of curtains that are like super fall themed. Seasons has one. It's not that. Seasons has one that's got leaves on it. Yeah, see, it's got that and I don't know if I like it. Like if I use those in this room, maybe it actually does kind of work with the color of the rug. I think the wallpaper needs to be different then. Does anybody else build like this? Do you jump around like this? Because I know I sat here saying, well, I'm gonna do the kids' room, and then all of a sudden I'm doing a completely different one. I know it's not just me, but I do feel a little bit ridiculous as I'm building and I'm being like so indecisive and all over the place. Oh, that's a kit. Sorry. I'm trying not to use those. I think a little plant would be nice next to this dresser. And I might get a big mirror right here. I recently have been using the Jungle Adventure mirror like non-stop. I just think that thing is so nice. It's so good for this too. Maybe I could use Jungle Adventure as the nightstands. Do any of these look okay? That kind of has like a lighter color to it, but then it's got some nice wood on the top. Is that weird as a combo? I feel like the curtains are so totally throwing this off. Okay, yellow. I thought about using that downstairs with that color. And then maybe if we get something like really big and fun as the art above the bed. I think this is one of those times also where like maybe a bigger bed that has, oh, wait a minute. Like one of these bigger ones that has, oh, the canopy. Oh, is that better? I hadn't really considered that, but I sort of like the yellow and I like the vibes of the bed being a bit taller. Okay, interesting. I normally would never have chosen any of those colors, but I don't know, maybe it works. Maybe it's cool. I'm really trying to do like different stuff. All these swatches that I never use with the rugs and with this wallpaper. I'm really making an effort to pick things that I don't pick very often. And sometimes that means that I think they're a little bit bad looking. Because unfortunately, I fear there is a reason that I don't pick these very often. Also, that's clipping. Can we just, this is gonna sound bad, but can we just let it? Like, can we just pretend that it's not? There is another set of leaf curtains. They're from Dream Home Decorator. And I really like these leaf curtains as well, but I just used those in the other fall build. So I don't really want to use them again. Oh, hold on. I want to get this on the door. Sorry. Distracted again. I'm going to put that on like the front and the back. Just put it everywhere. Maybe that could be cute upstairs. What if we put that on like, I don't know, putting it on the kids' bedroom door is kind of weird, right? But I like how it's right at the center of the staircase. I'm going to keep it. Okay, well, anyway, back to the rug thing. That was the initial plan and then I totally distracted myself. There are some weird ones. Stuff like that is kind of a wild card that I haven't really used before. Do you think that could be kind of autumnal? Oh, wait a minute. What if we had a couple of quilted beds? Because I think that the quilt thing is very autumnal. These are unfortunately two different wood colors. I'll admit that I'm not like super excited about that. I think I might try and put them on opposite sides of the room then. I think I'll just try to make it work and hopefully if we have enough other cute stuff, it'll distract from them being the wrong color. You know what else we 100% need? Is that art table, because these little craft tables are how they make all the cute decorations that we've been trying to use. So we're gonna want to have at least one of them in here. That's really tight. Maybe it goes over there instead. Also, oh, that's clipping so much. That was clipping like completely outside of the house. I'm thinking I might get another window. Oh, what about this rug? I could maybe put that in the hallway. Is it too big? Is it too brown? This is a weird color scheme. The whole house is kind of a weird color scheme. I'm like trying to make brown and orange work. I don't really know what rug to use either. I like that one, but I just don't know if it fits. There are also some little ones from Werewolves, and those are really cute, but it's kind of the same problem where like, I don't know if that even matches. No, not those. I think we might want to get something a little, no. Sorry, I was really trying. It's just some of this is so weird. I like the idea of these curtains. I wonder if we could try to fit these in a different house. I base an entire house around using these curtains in like a pretty pink color or something. You hate to say it, but the beige isn't that bad either. Ugh, the more I do this, the more unsure I become. Do you think that the blue could be okay? I actually quite like the idea of the blue, or we pick like a lighter color. We could also do like a peachy color, but I think that kind of clashes with the curtains. Then there's brown. I think the blue is the best one, honestly, and I kind of liked the blue on blue. We have to make sure we fit in a lot of other fall looking things because blue can be fall, even though we haven't put it anywhere else in the house. It can be with the right selection of other accents. I'm also kind of wondering about like putting these little leaves in the windows. I think that kind of clashes with the style of the room. I feel like some things are maybe a little bit more okay to clash. Like if we got some of these little decor items. Can you put decor on the table? It slots in such a weird way. What if we got some shelving above the little table? Because then we could put some cute clutter for them on it. And there actually is a whole bunch of kind of cute little kid type stuff. We put a horse and some books. I honestly really like the idea of putting some little toys on the shelf. Like maybe we get a combination of a few different ones and we just kind of set them up high. That might be good for the wall above the bed. I'm trying to decide like at what point we've done too much. I've got something above each of their nightstands and then we've got some cute clutter. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's the whole house finished. We're just gonna want to get, oh my gosh, the cat's back. Hello, have you come to help again? We're just gonna want to get a little bit of terrain paint everywhere. I can't decide if I like much of the interior. I don't know if you're all gonna hate the color scheme or not. It's definitely not my personal preference. Like I probably wouldn't choose any of the colors of the inside, but like I was saying earlier, I was really trying to pick colors on purpose that I might not personally choose because I wanted an excuse to use some stuff in a few different swatches that I wouldn't normally go for. And I did things like add round walls. I never do that. I never put round walls in my builds. I usually actively avoid round walls in my builds. And I don't think it looks bad from the front. It's kind of interesting. It's so expensive. It's $91,000. That's ridiculous. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. All right. I am uploading it, so it's officially done. It's on the gallery. Oh no. Oh, I should have saved first. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I'll save now. Yikes. Here's kind of a top-down view of the first floor finish. We've got some really wacky shapes going on. And then here's the second floor, a little bit more normal upstairs. We've got a cute, no! I uploaded it to the gallery with the random rug in the back. Should I delete it and put it back up? No. It's like a surprise. Oh gosh, I put a comment about it. That's so embarrassing. And let me know if you like this kind of thing, because I did build this house too, and it's got like terrain manipulation and everything. So if I should post that, tell me. Thank you for watching. Have the best rest of your day, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. You know what's so funny is I left the house for like 3 hours and Snap was still in the same spot when I got back. She was asleep in her bed on my floor and I came back, she was still in the bed.